The Midwest, home sweet home in good old Indiana. A place of small towns, cozy families gather together, and fields of corn and rustic woods. But, like any town, there is a dark underbelly that often goes unnoted. We are part of that darkness. We lurk in the shadows to bring you the best in horror, metal, and stories of the grotesque. This is Blood in the Cornfields. Hey, welcome in, fellow cellar dwellers.
How are you all? It's 2024.
2024, yes.
Nuts.
Scary times. It's another year. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hope everyone is doing great out there. Going to be enjoying the new year and everything. Wanted to say a quick thank you to Underground Metal.
Yes, thank you, Xavier and Charlotte. You guys are awesome.
Yes, we believe it is the fastest to 100 views. Last time I looked, it was like 122, I think, which is great.
Climbing.
Yes, absolutely, which is outstanding. So really appreciate that. Just shows, picking up some interest, and I love it.
Absolutely. The more eyes that we have, not just on our YouTube channel, but also on our podcast. Or ears, I guess, in that case.
Ears, eyes?
Ears and eyes.
Ears and eyes.
It'd be awesome, the more people that get to know about us and just can share experiences and give us more ideas, because let me tell you, 2024 is going to be a crazy year. We got a lot of ideas.
Yes, we do. We're going to go over some of them, but we do have a lot of ideas. And, the thing that I really love about, we both share a vision of having this podcast kind of be a community. Because that's how it started out. It started out because I had a failed horror fan club kind of get together type shit. And that's kind of what the podcast is about. So it's very important for me to make this like a community. I know I've said it in past episodes, but that is a main goal of ours, is to have interaction. We've already had people make movie recommendations.
Yep.
We've already done interviews and stuff like that. And we've got more down the pipe. But interaction with y'all is what's kind of makes this unique, in my opinion.
Absolutely, because how many other horror societies or horror podcasts are there? Okay, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot.
But you know what? Specifically for Indiana and a small town, not very many.
Not very many, no. But then the fact that we cover heavy metal, we're going to cover some cryptids.
Yeah, we
this
sure are.
Yeah.
Cryptids are coming, so give us some ones that you want to talk about. Doesn't have to be Indiana related, but we'd like for it to say Midwest.
Yeah, just a Midwestern theme. If you're in Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, Illinois, whatever. And then we also do true crime, as you know, because those are our most popular ones. And don't worry, we've kind of gone away from them a little bit, but that's just because we've had guests and, we've got to work with our schedules and stuff like that. But we have more down the pipe. I'm working on one. And I've got some others that I will be doing research on as well, too. So we've definitely got that coming.
And let's give you a little teasy tease. But we do have one coming in the new year very soon about the Glory Barn. We've been hyping this up, but it's so true. We got two local people that actually have done some research, one of which it belongs to a band, a local band, and has written a song about one Hobart Freeman, and another one is just a historian of sorts. So we are excited to bring that to you guys and to share those stories, because it is very real.
Absolutely. Yes. And it's very much this area. So, I'm looking forward to that one. Don't know much about it, and I'm going to keep it that way. I want to be surprised and really kind of learn through whatever they're going to be presenting. So I'm excited about that one.
Absolutely. And we do have a couple other things lined up in the near future. We want to do some on-site episodes.
Yes, we do.
We had talked about going to Monster Pizza. We're coming for you.
Monster Pizza, exactly.
And maybe even Witch's Brew in South Bend, as well as a couple other places that are here locally that host a lot of metal shows. So hopefully we'll be able to interview you guys at some point, or even just tour or do some on-site stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to just, hopefully some of these events will let us interview bands on site. Maybe we underground metal style it and just sit in the back of a van with them and just go for it. So maybe we do that too. I don't know. We got some influences and stuff. So yeah,
absolutely.
That's going to be exciting.
I am definitely excited for that as well. We also have some podcasts that we want to try to collaborate with. Collaborate. I'm so sorry. Sound like Elmer Fudd. But yeah, I would really love to collaborate with a couple other podcasts that are local. If you do happen to have a podcast that you'd like to collaborate at some point, hey, reach out to us.
Or if you know people and you want to make recommendations, hey, put us in touch with them. We would totally be down for doing that.
That sounds like a good time. Like I said, we're all about community. It doesn't have to be horror related. It's nice if it is. Yeah. But if it's not, we'll weave our little horror minds right in there.
Absolutely.
Horror minds? Horror minds. It doesn't matter.
You know, I always, everyone always thinks I talk about slut movies when I say horror movies.
I mean, they can be. It's if we really want them to be.
I know. It's like, no, not with W, with H.
Speaking of fucking It's a Wonderful Knife. No titties.
Yeah, I know. No titties.
No titties.
No titties. So even Justin Long titties. I would have taken them. Would have been something. I don't know. I loved his character. I know, like, and I
agree.
I loved his character, and we posted the episode. I was kind of like you. I think I just was like, darn it, this could have been more. I wish it would have been better. Yeah. I thought the main characters with the weirdo was kind of cutesy, and I kind of liked that, but yeah.
Yeah. No, the kills were bullshit, except for that candy cane kill. Yeah. Like, that was like the highlight.
Candy cane.
That was the highlight there. But yeah, we'll definitely be bringing you some more movie reviews. Again, if you want to do a watch party like we did with Miguel not too long ago, hit us up. We'll watch a movie with you. We'll order pizza. We'll do stuff.
Yeah, just don't be creepy.
Yeah, don't be weird.
Yeah, other than that, Yeah. We're all good.
We got families.
So with the theme of the new year, I'll be getting my cellar dweller tattoo.
Oh my God, that's right. Tell us about it.
So Neil's going to hook me up, who has been on the show before. He's my tattoo guy. I've known Neil for forever. I'm getting cellar dweller, so above the knees. And I'm getting it in, I believe, yellowish green outline like the Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, that's cool.
And then purple in the middle, but it's going to be in Tales from the Crypt font. So
that's cool.
Hopefully none of you have beaten me to a cellar dweller tattoo. I would be insanely shocked if you did. Hopefully I will beat you all to it. But yeah, I'm going to get that done. So I will be a cellar dweller marked for life. So.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yep.
So, with that being said, why don't we talk about what we're excited about in the new year?
Yes.
Whether that be movies, video games, shit.
There's a lot. There's a lot coming out. I kind of did a little research and was like, shit, I kind of got to stop. And I just was mainly movies. I will talk briefly about a potential TV series that is a spinoff of a very, very popular, well-known franchise.
Cool.
Also, too, I guess it's zombie-ish, so it's in the same vein. So we have also, if there's any Walking Dead fans, the spinoffs come this year. So we had Daryl Dixon, and then we had the Maggie and Negan one this year. And then this next year, it's going to be, I think, season 2 of Daryl Dixon, but the Rick Grimes one. So that one is really highly anticipated. So that's going to be coming out this year, too. Wow. So TV, series, not just... movies and stuff. So that's one thing I was going to say that is going to be coming out.
I also got one that's coming out in January. Younger people might know about it. Not saying that you don't.
Yes. I'm a little old.
I'm a little bit out of it with them TikTokers.
Oh, you little kitties.
But the series, a much anticipated series by one of my favorite artists, Has Been Hotel, will be releasing on Amazon Prime.
Interesting.
Are you familiar?
I have no clue what that is.
So let me just back up. There was an artist that made their rounds on DeviantArt and all these other art post sites as well as Tumblr called Vivzy.
Okay.
Or Vivzy Pop, as she went by. Vivzy Mandrano, I think is her actual name.
Okay.
But she does really weird stylized art. And she's been doing dipping her toes in animation for years. Mm-hmm. And now she's finally gotten 2 series off the ground.
Okay.
One one to begin with Has Been Hotel when she released the pilot episode. It's about, so the premise of the show is about the daughter of hell, or the queen, basically the princess of hell, wants to rehabilitate sinners so they can get to heaven, because every year heaven comes down and smites Hellenites and all these other people, and she's tired of seeing that happen. She wants all these people. She wants hell to be a good place.
Okay.
So her idea of, kind of helping these sinners so they don't die is rehabilitating them so they go to heaven. So it balances everything out.
That's an interesting concept. Okay.
Yeah. So that particular series is now finally, we're gung-ho. They're going to release their first season in January, which I'm really excited about. This has been a long time coming. This has been like 2 years worth of work.
Dang.
And A24 picked it up. So
sweet.
Awesome. And then they also had Hell of a Boss, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's very good.
Never seen it.
It's basically same creator, but it's a different series. And it's about basically demons that are actual natives to hell that are assassins.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited that this lady has come this far, despite everything. And she's made a name for herself. So yeah, that's done with my geekiness for that TV show, but I'm excited for it.
All right. So what's your first movie that you are looking forward to?
So I'm going to kind of go down the list here. The first one that sounds interesting, we got a lot of holiday horror movies that are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Thanksgiving 2 is also supposed to be coming out in 2024.
I actually left that off my list.
But Founders Day.
Tell me about it. I don't know about it. This is not on my list.
So apparently this guy that does Founders Day, the director, actually does a lot of other parody movies.
What the hell is Founders Day? Should I know what that is?
It's
that
an
like
electoral day, apparently.
Okay, so hopefully I'm not an idiot and I'm not the only one that don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know exactly what this plot is, but I'm going to read you the IMDb synopsis of it because, we got to have, now if there's a holiday, you got to have a horror movie for it, right?
Apparently.
So, Founders Day, the plot synopsis is, a small town is shaken by a series of ominous killings in the days leading up to a heated mayor election.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
And like I said, the this particular director, his name's Eric Bloomquist, has done like a lot of like weird parody movies over the years, and they're all pretty much horror movies.
Okay.
She Came from the Woods was one of the movies.
Where did she go?
Yeah, where did she go?
If she came from the woods, where did she go?
Another one was like a parody of Squid Games called Quid Games. But yeah, and
like
Twisted
a
Sisters.
Hallmark?
Yeah.
Twisted Sisters.
I've
met Dee Snider before.
That's cool.
Random thought. Yes, it was I was trying to head to work. And in South by Southwest, in Austin, they have South by Southwest, but it wasn't South by Southwest. It was Rot Rally, Republic of Texas. So it's like Sturgis up north, or no, South Dakota, Sturgis, South Dakota, but like in Texas. So just gobs and gobs of bikers. So I'm going, and they're on Congress, which is basically the main north and south street downtown. And so I'm like looking, I'm like, how the fuck do I get past Congress? And I've got to go like 8 blocks down because Congress literally runs the entire length of the city. I'm just like, how the fuck do I get around this? Because it's like the whole way. And I'm standing on the curb, and I look to my left, and I'm standing next to Dee Snider. Literally fucking standing next to Dee Snider. Had no clue. And I looked and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, hey, I'm a big fan of yours. I was like,
you're beside yourself.
I was like, yeah, I loved you as Captain Howdy. So I was just like, and he was like, yeah. Captain Howdy, of course, is the character in his fucking horror movie. Why do I not remember it? Oh, you all can scream at me. I absolutely love this movie. Strangeland. That's what it is. Yeah. He's Captain Howdy. Yes, and he's a pierced and tattooed sadist. Strangeland. Yeah, I freaking own it on DVD and VHS. Cool. Yeah, and so he was like, he doesn't get that very often because everyone's like, hey, I love you as Twisted Sister. But I'm like, no, fuck that. No. You're Captain Howdy to me, bub. So yeah, my random Dee Snider, since we talked about Twisted Sisters.
Yeah,
little
that's
encounter.
cool.
Yeah, I had a lot of those in Austin. Very much like a celebrity.
That's cool.
I met Benicio del Toro.
What?
I'm a straight guy, but I was like, that is an attractive man. Like, he's suave. Like, there's some people you meet that, like, you know, you're like, oh, they have a particular aura.
Yeah.
He felt suave as fuck. Like, he could just say plain words and they would sound really fucking cool, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I met Colin Hanks. Yeah, whole bunch. I'm not going to list them because, like, literally I'd be spending 25 minutes just listing them.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah, Susan Sarandon, too.
Nice.
Yeah, she's a pretty huge star. But anyway, yeah, so before I interrupted you on your Twisted Sisters, that made me go on my little tangent. Yeah, so do you want to do, like, one and one?
Yeah. Okay. So what's one that you're excited for? Okay,
so I'm just going to go down on my list. So first one I had written down was... A Quiet Place Day One.
The prequel? Is that what it is?
Yes, it is a prequel. Yes, I love the movie. Movies, I should say. So yeah, I'm looking forward because apparently you get a little bit of an origin story from these aliens, is what I think they're calling them.
They're aliens?
I think they're saying they're aliens. I
genuinely have not seen A Quiet Place.
No. Quiet Place is pretty cool. So I'm one for audio, and Quiet Place has a lot of kick-ass audio in it. A lot of, like, crunches and, like, smacks and all that sort of stuff.
So my husband saw the movie when it came out in a theater, and he said he had, like, the best group because everybody was trying to stay as quiet as possible, and, like, little noises would freak him out. And it was like, he was feeling it with everybody, and so that was an awesome experience.
So, A Quiet Place Day One.
Wow, okay. So one that I am extremely excited for. More than Satanic Hispanics, because that has come out, by the way.
Yes.
And I do have it.
I was going to say, I literally just saw it like 5 minutes ago.
My husband bought it for me for Christmas, and so now I get to watch it. So I'm so excited. But this one I'm excited for 2024. It's called Lisa Frankenstein.
Like Lisa Frank, like the cards, not like the Trapper Keeper artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lisa Frankenstein.
Like the unicorns and shit.
Exactly. Yeah. The writer is Diablo Cody.
Okay.
Do you remember her? She's the director of Jennifer's Body.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that. And Juno.
Yeah.
I always liked Juno.
Yeah. So I love her work. I'm a big fan of Jennifer's Body. It took me years to get into that movie, but I love it. It's a masterpiece. And get this, it's coming out in February because of course it is. It's basically about, the story of Frankenstein, but told as a love story, a coming of rage story, as they call it. But it's going to be directed by Zelda Williams.
Zelda as a first name? That's pretty cool.
So do you know who Zelda Williams is?
No.
She is the daughter of Robin Williams.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. And you said directorial...
It's like one of her big directorial movies.
Okay, so see, we're on a little wavelength, and you'll see why here in a second once I go to mine.
Nice.
Okay. That's awesome.
Because I'm excited for her because she's done like more TV shows, but she was in horror films before. I specifically remember an interview with Robin Williams where he talked about his daughter Zelda being in horror movies. And I was like, really? Yeah. That was cool because I was such a big Robin Williams fan.
Yeah.
So I actually did end up watching one of her movies, and it was called Don't Look Up from 2009.
Okay. I've not seen it.
It was an odd horror movie, but I do remember watching it because I had to see it, and I had to see who this girl was that was Robin Williams' daughter. She gets killed very early on in the film, if I remember correctly. But yeah, she was in another horror film in 2010, like right after that. It was called Detention. It was a remake of a J-horror film also called Detention. And she later on went on to become an episode writer, not instead of an actress, where she did an episode of the TV series Dark Web.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm so excited for her.
Sweet. That's cool. Well, I will talk about mine. So my next one is called The Watchers. It's M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's directorial debut. So that seems interesting. And it's about... I loosely saw something. It's where there's some people that I think go into this underground bunker, and they encounter these crazy looking like creatures in the bunker, and it looked pretty cool.
That's cool.
So yeah, I was like, that's interesting.
So that's funny when you say that. Like, I don't know, for some reason, M. Night Shyamalan, I think of when he did Lady in the Water.
Mm-hmm.
He did that for his kids.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, my mind is not putting 2 and 2 together, and I'm still thinking that this director's like a 10-year-old child.
Yeah, no, she's
it's like, no, she's an older woman. Mm-hmm. She's not old, but she's about my age. So no, she can direct. It's fine.
Yep. So that was one that I thought was going to be pretty interesting.
If I remember correctly, I think she helped her father with
She has helped on movies. Yep. She has helped, but she's never fully just directed on her own.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Wonder if she'll have twists.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Another one that I've seen a lot of like hype around, not hype per se, but a lot of people were talking about it. It's called Imaginary. It's coming out in March.
Yeah.
You heard about this?
I didn't put it on my list, but yes, I saw it.
It's a Blumhouse movie, so say what you will. It's the director of fucking Truth or Dare.
Yeah.
And it's about a lady who leaves her imaginary friend behind in a house, and that house is now inhabited by this imaginary bear friend. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, this is what I hate. This is what I hate about movie posters. You all should know this by now. You guys are moviegoers, perhaps, and if you don't, that's okay. Whenever a movie says, from the producers,
I talked about it in one of our episodes, because I'm like, that's how you know it sucks. Natty Knocks is what I talked about. Yeah, because it says from the directors of Halloween 4. And it's like, yeah, because you don't know who the fuck the director of Halloween 4 is, so that's why they have to say the movie and not his name.
Exactly. They're going to talk about the producers, the people that threw fucking money at
exactly.
it, rather than the actual director. And it's just like, that's such a shitty way of saying that, because for this one they said from the producer of Megan and Five Nights at Freddy's. You idiots.
It's just the guy that forked over money.
Like, shut up.
They used to do that with, like, from the producer of The Grudge.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm like,
and
what?
It's like, shut up. Like, that doesn't mean shit.
No, it literally does not.
So, yeah, I don't know what to think about this, because Megan was awesome. I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I liked it.
It was a beautiful movie.
Yep.
10 out of 10 would have more of those.
And I purposefully left off Winnie the Pooh 2, Blood and Honey.
I haven't even seen the first one.
I haven't either, but I left off the second one. So my next one is near and dear to my heart, because it's based on a video game.
Oh.
Probably my all-time favorite video game growing up.
Is it Eli Roth?
No.
Directed? No, not
Return to Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think the movie's going to be total shit by seeing the previews, but I don't care. Yes, Return to Silent Hill. So, and to my understanding that it's the thing that I think is kind of cool is, so Silent Hill 2 is currently in process of being remade to be for Xbox and PS5.
They're doing the second one.
They're remastering number 2, and that's what the premise of this movie is based off of. So I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I used to watch the Silent Hill, like, Let's Plays. I'm not good at video games. Don't ever make me play video games. You're gonna have a bad time. If you ever want us to play a video game together, I'm all for it, but it's gonna suck ass, especially if I'm behind the controller. I was gonna say, me and Luke might have to take up the reins on that.
But yeah, continue.
No, that's just all. A lot of these are just based off previews. And I will warn you all that I don't have a ton of information, because I did some digging on shit that might not even be released this year, but is tentatively, I've got some good ones towards the end that are tentatively maybe due 24. But the problem is we had that, what was it, a SAG strike or whatever? Strike, the writer strike. And so that's kind of thrown some stuff off. But that was mine, was Return to Silent Hill.
Nice. Do you remember when back in the 90s they were doing a whole bunch of like horror movies that were based off of video games?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What were some of the ones that you remember growing up? Because I need to know your thoughts. I'm sorry, this is a bit of a tangent.
Yeah, this one kind of throws a little curveball. So, of course, Resident Evil, probably the most famous, based off video games.
Yeah, my husband loves that series.
One that I hated was House of the Dead.
That's the one I was thinking of.
I've only walked out of one movie in my life, and it was that movie. It was so terrible.
Oh my God.
House of the Dead, yes, because it was based off of the shooter game.
Yes. The
arcade.
And you know that director, he's a weird dude. It's Yui Bowl.
Yui Bowl?
He's a weird dude, man.
Interesting.
He's done some weird shit over the years, but yeah, he does a lot of like video game movies.
Okay.
That was like one of them, and then he also did Blood Rain.
Blood Rain.
The movie.
Oh, with the girl as the lead?
The chick. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
He did that movie.
Was she redhead or like orange
She
hair?
was a redhead.
Okay, yeah.
He's also done the Far Cry movie.
I love Far Cry video games. But the movie, I've never even seen it. I have no desire to see it.
Yeah, so he's an odd dude. If you just look through his like IMDb page, he's done some weird shit. But like, I don't know why I was thinking about that, but it's just like, I wonder if we're gonna get like that in this near coming future, because you also have the other one that's directed by Eli Roth that's coming out.
Based off Borderlands. Yeah.
So I wonder if we're just gonna get a whole bunch of those.
That one's gonna be interesting because that is an all-star cast, and Eli Roth and based on a video game. Like, whoa, what the?
That's a lot.
I want to see how that turns out. I'm totally excited to reveal my next movie to you.
Oh my God, please do.
Smile 2.
Fuck it. The fact it got fucking greenlit.
Smile 2.
It's not making me smile.
I pulled it out on her. I knew you would love that one. Yes.
Oh, it's my
Smile
favorite.
2 is a go, coming out in 2024,
you know
everyone.
What?
Woo!
I hope that this young boy... this director, if it is by the same director, learn.
I think it is
mistakes.
And I was listening to this guy who suspects like there might be different plots. There's not, from my understanding, like a plot and everything that they've leaked. So it's pretty hush hush. So
okay.
Yeah. Hopefully it does actually happen, but it's tentatively supposed to be released this year.
You know it's not following the last chick that was the main character.
Nope, because she's dead. She did. She burnt to a crisp.
Kind of going back on the video game tangent, I'm excited for two horror movie video games that are coming out. One is The Killer Clowns.
That's right. Yes, I forgot about that. That
was pushed back, so I'm excited. I hope it comes out.
Good. Push it back and make it good when it comes out.
Yeah, it should be coming back this year, so I'm excited for it.
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one is rad. So it's rad. Like it's totally nostalgic for me. I fucking love it.
The other video game that I'm excited for is a PC game. It's called By Sweet Carol.
By Sweet Carol, okay.
And it looks fantastic.
Interesting.
I am not, like I said, I'm not good at video games, but I do like a good point and click adventure, and I think this is what this one is. It literally looks like Disney animated it, but dark. Like not Tim Burton. I'm not talking Tim Burton dark. I'm talking like dark.
Interesting.
And it's basically like Alice in Wonderland, a darker version of Alice in Wonderland. Not like the ones we've gotten in the past where it was like Alice in Darkland or whatever the fuck that one was called. No, this one looks interesting because like if you look at the 2D art style, it's in traditional animation. It looks amazing. It's like giving me like Dragon's Lair, Don Bluth vibes, and I love it.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that one.
Sweet. So this next one I'm going to talk about is my most anticipated movie of 2024. And it should be yours and everyone else's. Maxine.
Yes.
That is my most anticipated movie that I'm looking forward to.
Mia Goth, you beautiful bitch.
Yep. She can do no wrong. She is beautifully psychotic. She pulls it off. But yeah, I'm so curious to learn more about the story and the lead character of Maxine as she goes on, and what she encounters. Apparently, if I remember reading right, I don't remember who, but there's some pretty well-known actors that signed on for it.
Really?
Yes. So I'm curious to see what the actual cast fully is. Didn't really dig too much in it. So if you guys see it out there, post it for us.
Right. I like going in blind.
Yeah, I kind of do too. So yeah, Maxine, my most anticipated, hands down. That's what I'm looking forward to the most this coming year.
That one, and also for me too, is the new Robert Eggers Nosferatu.
Yes,
starring Bill Skarsgård.
We were just talking about that before we got on air.
Oh my God, it looks so fucking good. I love Robert Eggers.
Going to have a big year.
Oh yes, Bill Skarsgård. Mm-hmm. He most definitely is. Let's go into that.
Is that on your list too?
It might be.
So yes, and then this one. For those of you that listen that know me, which there's maybe about 2 of you that listen to these that know me this well, The Crow is my shit. God, I still to this day quote every time I text Mikey on Devil's Night. We say, hey, you know what y'all painted up for, crackhead? Yeah. Halloween ain't till mañana. We say that all the time, and I always yell fire it up, and I don't think anyone understands me. Or I'll say, hey, you know, someone will be like, where's so and so? And I'll be like, he's up there banging away on Darla.
Can't rain all the time.
Yes, can't rain all the time. I quote the shit out of that movie. The second most movie I quote, other than Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, is The Crow. That is very near and dear to my heart.
So and tell me how you feel about
this. I'm one of the purists that say leave it the hell alone. But it's already been fucked with so many times that I'm just like, whatever. Maybe you'll do something cool. Because it has been messed with already too much, in my opinion.
Dude, I'm about to go on a rant.
Yeah, so I mean, one of my all-time favorite movies, I've said it before, probably my second most favorite soundtrack ever.
Beautiful.
You know, the nostalgia around Brandon Lee passing in it. Like, it's just and it's just a revenge, but beautiful movie.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, it shaped a generation.
Yeah, it really did.
Of alternative kids.
Yes, absolutely.
Every alternative kid wanted to be Eric Draven.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah.
They wanted their Shelley.
Yeah. So I'm just terrified to see what it comes out as. I'm gonna see it, but I'm terrified because I'm like, oh.
So here's my thing. Big goth girl rant.
Yep.
Do not fuck with The Crow. Like, literally, there is no point in doing another Eric Draven story. Eric Draven, leave him in the ground, leave him with Shelley.
And that's what they're doing.
Leave him alone.
They're bringing back him and Shelley.
Stop it.
Yes, but
stop it.
It's already done.
And you know why? You know why? Because that is disrespectful, in my opinion, to Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
There will never be another Crow.
No.
Yes.
There never was. Like, they had that City of Angels and...
But that's... Okay.
Whatever.
However, I'll go into that. City of Angels was fine. And you know why?
Yeah.
It wasn't good, but it was fine. And here's the reason. Because the comics even spell it out. There are multiple Crows.
Yeah.
You can have a crow in any fucking decade you want because it's an entity. It's a spirit.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere with this bullshit. You do not need another fucking Eric Draven.
Yes.
It could be anybody.
No, I agree with you on there. I agree with you on that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I get mad just hearing that The Crow is going to be remade. It literally boils my blood. Mm-hmm. I am pissed, furious.
Yeah, but I mean, but going back to, the bill, bring up a bill, like, I mean, that's just those 2 movies would equate to a huge year in any actor. Yeah. And I've not looked him up. I'm sure he's got other shit down the pipe, but those are two pretty damn big movies. So I'm anticipating him to have like another big year.
He's going to have just one full schedule. He's just like, I'm done with everything. I'm not doing anything else.
Absolutely.
Cameos on late night shows, and that's it for me.
Yep. Sweet. So
but,
go ahead.
Oh,
nope. I think it's your turn now.
Another one that I have for you. It sounds like it's a fan made film, or it's a itty bitty film, like no name film, but it's coming out in February as well. It's called Camp Pleasant Lake.
Camp Pleasant Lake.
I have no idea who is directing it. However, it has Jonathan Lipnicki in it. That's how
do I know that name? I'm bad with faces.
He's the little kid from Jerry Maguire.
Oh, okay.
And also Little Vampire and Stuart Little.
Yeah.
He's all grown up.
Uh-oh.
He's in a movie.
I'm just glad he's not hooked on drugs.
Right?
So many of those childhood actors, you're like, oh yeah, he lives off 5th Avenue, downtown LA or whatever.
This kid's doing well. He's doing horror movies now. Also has Bonnie Aarons, the nun, in it as well.
Okay.
I don't know if she's playing a creature this time around or what she is. But
interesting.
She's in this movie too.
Okay, so I guess we'll try to speed it up because I don't know how we are on time. But another highly anticipated one, Terrifier 3.
Yes, a Christmas movie.
Yes. So, and the little bit I've heard is he's he's promising to bring it back to more like the first, more scarier, more gory. I will be a critic and say Terrifier 2, didn't like it. Didn't really care for it.
Really?
Didn't like all the bullshit that they threw in with
the kid.
Yeah, and the kid, but then also the sword and all that shit. And I'm just, didn't do it for me. Go back to 1. 1 was a great flick. 1 was an outstanding flick. 2, didn't do it for me.
So the second one, I still haven't seen all of it yet, but I started watching it.
And that's probably all that you need to say right there.
What I saw of it, I enjoyed, but also I heard enough reviews about it that I could piece together what happened later.
Yeah.
The second one almost seems like it's like, for lack of a better example, it's almost like it's like the Friday the 13th part 5 of the group, where it just goes in a weird tangent.
Yeah.
And now we're going to bring it back. Yeah. You know what I mean? We got this decoy. Now we're going to bring it back.
Yeah.
So that's what it just makes me think of. It's just like you have that one movie in the franchise that's just batshit insane. Mm-hmm. That makes no sense with anything else. But then you have the next couple of movies that bring it back to its roots.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it goes back to number 1's roots. Do you have more? Or do you want me to rattle off?
No. I have one more, but that's it.
Okay. Next one, near and dear to me, because I do like the franchise, The Conjuring Last Rites.
What's this one gonna be about?
I have no idea. Nobody knows. It's supposedly taking place in the 80s again. So there's some other big cases that Ed and Lorraine had in the mid 80s that people are speculating that it might take place.
Because the last one, wasn't it about, basically like the Exorcist kid?
I honestly don't remember because I get them. So I mentioned in the pod, like, I don't know, a couple months ago that we're going back and rewatching them.
Yeah.
Because with me and franchises, I get the details flipped around.
Hey, it's easy to do.
Yeah. So I will not comment, but I've got to finish Phantasm.
Yes.
Got to finish Phantasm. I've seen all of them, but why rewatch them again? And then The Conjuring's next. So, and in the same vein, Thread, which is going to be an Insidious spinoff, is going to be finished out.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thought that kind of sounded interesting. You just finished
Insidious.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Liked it.
The Red Door.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so this is going to be a spinoff. And I believe, so it's one of these two, forgive me, I don't remember which because they always get stuck in my head. One of them is having, and I think it's The Conjuring, is having a HBO Max series to where it's going to take, I believe, where the last movie or this last one leaves off.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's going to be an HBO Max series on it.
How do you feel about series in general? Like,
so I like some of them.
It's a tangent, but yeah.
Yeah, so like Chucky.
Yeah, I do like. I like Chucky. Series.
I think it's great.
What I've seen of it.
One of my favorite moments is when he's laying in bed with, I think it's the young girl, no, the young boy or younger. I don't know. Hell, I don't remember. And he just leans over and goes, "Do you want to go kill your sister?"
Yeah,
I love that part. That just made me laugh.
It was a little girl. Yeah.
It was a little girl. Okay, I couldn't remember which one, but yeah, it was just so freaking funny. So I like that. And of course, Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah, that was very good.
Was a great series as well too. So can't necessarily discredit them.
Yeah, because I don't know. For me, series for me are hard to get into. One, because I have a kid, and it's a little harder for me to get into. But also at the same time, I just don't have the patience for it anymore. Yeah. Like when it comes to this is a bad example, but Disney and their bullshit with the Marvel universe, where they've been releasing series after series,
or like Star Wars and shit. Yeah, Mandalorian.
You need to watch this, so you can keep up with XYZ.
Yeah,
I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
Like, stop that.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. Like I've had. Like that's part of the reason why I haven't watched the horror series Yellow Jackets.
So that's on my list.
It looks amazing.
That's
I
on my list.
It, but it's a fucking series, and it's like, oh, I don't have time.
Yeah, I am more of the series watcher because I am lucky that I have a girlfriend that actually will sit down and watch all the shit with me.
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate. So that's a lot of our like kind of bonding time is we'll pick out stuff that we like together. And then it's cool to have someone there to like talk over it. And, you know, she can remember people's names and, you know, tell them to me because I never fucking do. So yeah, no, I dig the series. But my life is set up a lot more different than yours, especially with you having a little one that is very demanding at that age.
It's basically anymore. It's my luck is if I can get him to go to sleep early, Luke and I will try to watch a movie. If it works out, I end up staying up till midnight, which is something I used to not be able to do because I'd fall asleep midway through a movie.
Yeah.
I'd be up at midnight and it'd probably be a day where I'm on call and then somebody will die in the middle of the night and I'll have to go pick them up.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but also at the same time, it's like I got no sleep the night that I wanted to watch a movie because my son finally fell asleep. Which has happened twice already. Once when we watched When Evil Lurks, and twice when I watched It's a Wonderful Knife. So I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to watch movies apparently. But when it does work out, it works out just fine. But
gotcha.
Just makes for a very tired me.
All right, so kind of two more on my list, and these two are interesting, and I literally don't know much about them. Mm-hmm. So the remake of Witchboard.
I haven't seen it yet. I think we just got a VHS tape of it.
Yeah, I have it on VHS as well, and I watched it when I was a kid, but they're remaking it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it didn't look that bad. It's one of those movies where I think it has like one of the people from, I think it has one of the male characters from Stranger Things, but not the boys. So like the kid that plays guitar, Eddie or whatever his name is. I think maybe he's in it.
That's cool.
And then there's like another actress that's like about as famous as him in it. So it doesn't seem like it has the worst potential to start with.
Okay.
So that looks pretty cool. And then another one that when I say this, you're going to be like, what?
Oh, okay. Tell me.
Faces of Death.
Say fuck?
Yes.
Huh?
So this is a maybe in 2024. So Faces of Death. So what it's about is, and this is potentially what it's about because there's not a lot on it. But it's supposed to come out in 2024 maybe. So it's, from what I understand, is people watch the original 1978 Faces of Death.
Yeah.
And then there becomes some sort of like curse. Yeah. That from them watching it.
Oh, it's like the Ring combined with Faces. What the fuck?
Yeah. So yeah, I saw it, and I was just like, oh, yeah,
no.
Yeah. So
for people not in the know, Faces of Death is a brutally funny, but also not funny. I say funny because I'm a weird person.
I was like, I don't know if it's funny.
I'm a weird person, man. This is like, it's shit that I deal with on a daily basis.
It always made me uncomfortable. I'm like, I always felt like I shouldn't be watching this.
Okay, so it's funny in a way where, it's bizarre. It's a bizarre film. Yeah. It's like a Mondo film. Mondo films were like,
and there are quite a few of them.
Yeah,
like I have the greatest hits of Faces of Death.
There's also Traces of Death, which is a completely different series. Yeah. That's underground horror. That's like smut horror.
Yeah, now you're getting into some like real
like necrophilia and like Necromantic is actually a really fun movie. I like it. But that's just me.
Hey, Cradle of Filth will tell you dead girls don't say no.
Yeah. Right. But so, how do I explain Faces of Death? It basically just shows you a vignette of little mini shorts of death. Mm-hmm. Literally just of people dying in real time. Yeah. Or even fake deaths.
Yes.
It's actually been like recorded like that. The bear attack scene, the gator attack scene, and the monkey brain scene are all fake. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the electrocution scene is fake.
But there is some real thrown in there.
There's a lot of real.
Yeah. And for me, it's like the internet before the internet was there.
Exactly. Like the dark web. Yeah. Exactly. And these were movies that you passed around with your friends.
Yeah. This was my childhood.
Yeah.
So yes, because this is older than what you were. So this is my childhood because these were like like, no, you shouldn't watch these. And like my mom never would have known about me watching these or anything like that. This was some me and Blake shit. This was some me and Blake shit. We would watch that stuff. So, and he liked it a lot more than me because I got to a point where I'm like, okay, this just doesn't sit with me. Like, I don't think humans are made to see death. I think if you see too much of it in a certain way, it can change you.
Hey, yeah. Rowing.
and so, but also, and for you though, I think it's a little bit different because you're not actually seeing the death. Seeing
it's the
human die.
Me,
yeah. So for me, I think you can compartmentalize it a lot easier. But imagine if you were like, you know, and I feel for firefighters and police officers showing up on the scene and there's like a child ripped in half. Like, I don't even know how you can comprehend that.
Right.
Yeah. So, but for me, I think seeing the actual act of someone dying, I just don't think is meant for humans to see.
Yeah.
And that's how it makes me feel like when I would watch those and I'd be like, no, I'd tap out early because like it just made me feel like
icky and just I don't need this in my life. That's like the second movie of Faces of Death was the one that always got me at the very beginning because they showed plane crashes and motor vehicle accidents because those are my two biggest fears. Ooh. So like that got me. I had to tap out, and it wasn't even halfway through the movie. It was like the opening couple scenes, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm a pussy. I can't do this. But yeah, no, I totally get that. But that's an odd concept for a movie. What the fuck is that?
That's why I threw that in there, because I was going to say Faces of Death, and you were going to be like, wait, what? There's a new one? Yeah, no.
Who's doing this? I've heard of underground people that have actually compiled their own, like, Faces of Death movie, or Traces of Death, or whatever subsect that is.
Yeah.
Or what's the other one that I heard? There's a series called... Reserve Your Seat in Hell or something like that.
Whoa.
It's bizarre, dude. They go weird places. But yeah, on a lighter note, one of the movies I'm excited about, I'm going to mention one and then another one, and I think I'll be done. Beetlejuice 2.
So I left it off because I was thinking it was going to be on your list.
It's so generic, but I'm so excited. Yeah. I am that Beetlejuice whore.
And I think it's fully in production now. I think that it's all been shot. Yeah, so they're like now. Editing and all that sort of shit. Yeah.
Because after the SAG protests, they only had like a scene or two left. And then they went back to filming, and they're like, all right, we're all done.
And they put a video out of them rapping.
Yeah.
And, like, the actors are going around and kind of, like, you know, hugging each other and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, no. I left that off because I figured you were going to do that. And if you didn't, I was going to come around to it at the end. So, yes, no, I'm looking forward to that, too.
Do you have another one?
There's some other ones on there, but I just don't know much about them. The other one that sounds interesting is called Baghead. Yeah, and I don't know much about it, but that one sounds pretty interesting. Yeah. There's
one that I'm excited about, and hopefully we can turn into a future episode. It's called The Dark Side of the Moon. It's a short movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's about a werewolf. I'm not sure. I'm just assuming. Yeah. It's a horror short film, and it was directed here in Indiana.
Yes.
And filmed here in Indiana. So I guess one of the actors, John Mullen, is a friend of a friend. And I think it'd be really cool to interview either him or even both of the director and him.
Yeah.
It looks incredible. It looks like a lot of fun from just the little clips that I've seen.
Yeah, or absolutely. It's like, and I also too is be like, well, hey, you know, if you're doing movies in Indiana, and you know somebody that makes some shitty horror movies, and you need somebody to be sliced in half, or you need somebody to carry away a dead body, I can do either.
Let's do it.
I can do either or. So yeah, let's, you know, I'll slut myself out to try and get in a B movie.
I'll slut myself out too. Let me show some ass.
I got some cheeks I can show.
I'll clap them for you. Well, I think that's what we have so far. What we're excited for. Is there any personal goals? Like, do you ever do this is what I'm going to do. This is the new me. This is the new year. This is what my resolution is. Do you ever do anything like that?
No, I mean, I do. So like I've put on some poundage, since COVID and like never lost it. So yeah, you know, like just change some eating habits to be a little bit healthier is all, but not necessarily like resolution per se. No, everything. The only real resolution thing is stop being a shitty bandmate and get with my other guys. We've got like guitar written, and I need to lay drums, and my dude Zach needs to lay bass, and we need to stop procrastinating. So if Jeff or Zach listens to this on the odd chance, yes, you are my New Year's resolution to lay some shit to guitar tracks that Jeff has down. So that's my big, probably like New Year's resolution, is to get back into that. And I'd love to be on a stage again and play. Even if it's only like one more time, that'd be cool, dude. Yeah, it'd be pretty badass. So
that'd be awesome.
Yep.
I know for me, I probably just more activities with my son and not being afraid to go out just because I'm a new mom.
Yeah.
Like, just go do shit. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, there's a whole bunch of stuff, because when you have a kid, it's a whole event to go out.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot of preparation, but still at the same time, I want to go out and do more stuff. I want my son to be able to see bands, because he's interested in live music.
That's cool.
We've noticed, like, we've thrown up like a couple, like, you know, live shows or live performances up on the TV. Hell, we've even gone to like a farmer's market and there was like live instruments, and he was just mesmerized. And I'm like, all right, I guess you're a music kid. Let's go and get you in and watch more stuff. Maybe you'll enjoy it. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's my goal, is to do more activity stuff with my son. Not that I don't already, but with my busy job, but like to be able to do more with him. That's what I want to do. Casper's basically my life now.
Sweet. Sweet. As always, we will encourage y'all to subscribe. So I know, you know, a lot of you are liking. Just subscribing helps us out that much more people to reach. We do have the Ko-fi if anyone is interested. Leave your comments. We're up for collabs and all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, our producer, our editor is here in the room.
There we go.
Have anything that you want to say? Anything you're excited about? Anything that
for the new year?
Any resolutions?
Me on the spot like that.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna do that.
Put you right on the spot.
You're as much as part of this as we are.
And the beauty of it is you can edit this shit out.
Okay, fine. All right. Well, thank you again for tuning in, Cellar Dwellers.
Thank you.
And as always, look after each other, and good night, Cellar Dwellers. Bye. Happy 2024.
2024.